Dear future self, today is our birthday. Are you thinking about me? Because today I'm thinking about you. Isn't it odd how we're living our lives in a parallel universe, me in the present and you at the same point but in the future? How are you feeling about turning another year older? Are you happy, sad, worried, content, hopeful? Maybe you're wondering, like I am, how did we get here? Or rather, how fortunate are we to have made it to this point? I won't lie, 2025 has been a shitstorm to say the least. Each day I think, man, can we just get a redo? But birthdays remind us that time is linear. There is no going back or such things as redos. If we're lucky, we only get today, specifically now, to create the lives we want to live in our future. I hope you don't resent me for the decisions I've made. So much of who you are is a direct result of who I am today. That reality is not lost upon me. I hope today your heart feels full of gratitude, humility, and a genuine love for life. We've seen and experienced so much together. Some of it within our control, but much of it left to fate. Do you still believe our lives have meaning and purpose? Do you remember when we thought our story was set? College, career, marriage, kids, the end. Nothing wrong with that, but it just took us some time to realize that wasn't our own voice. I think our past self had good intentions, perhaps seeking a life that our childhood selves would admire and be proud of, like the happy families we'd watch on TV. We did go to college, built a career, one that we could be proud of, but we both know that's not where the story ends. Somewhere along the way, we met a man we'd later call husband. Together we would face whatever life threw our way, the good, the bad, the unexpected. It's as if those words, I do, were akin to some magical spell like abracadabra, because suddenly the meaning of life expanded exponentially. Together we rode this wave of endless possibilities, a Gulf Stream of energy, if you will, with our bags packed, hearts in sync, hands connected, and allowing it to take us to the limits of the universe. It's been 10 years now. Can you believe it? Life has been extraordinary beyond what I imagined, but it has also humbled us. Hardship is often the price of truly living. In riding this wave, there were moments I found myself washed ashore in unfamiliar places, unsure of where I belonged or what I should be doing with my life. There is something to be said about following the structure that society, and mainly our parents, build out for us. The path is familiar and risk-averse. You find comfort and safety in the predictable, and you think following their path too will bring you happiness and fulfillment. But as you begin canceling out the noise and listening to your own voice, do you remember what our good friend once shared? Don't take directions from anyone who hasn't been where you're trying to go. I hope you still live by that motto, pushing yourself outside the realm of what you thought was possible and outside of your comfort zone. So much of what I've learned about myself and the world today has been discovered while exploring outside of myself. I hope that is still your lived experience today, and I hope the universe has rewarded your bravery. I hope you believe in yourself a lot more than I do today. Sometimes I feel like an imposter. Who am I to think that I can live a life free from the constraints of society, in peace and with financial freedom? I'm not special. My desires are not special. My pain is not special. Know, however, that when I say this, I don't mean that our lives are not worth living. No. What I mean to say is, although we may experience life distinctly, we don't hurt differently from others. Pain is pain. Love is love. I hope that on this birthday you wake up knowing that you are not alone and that the world's problems are not yours alone to bear. Each day, if I am so fortunate, I wake up, I brush my teeth, put on clothes, do my hair, and during these mundane actions of physically getting ready, I float above myself in a mental stretch, if you will. I try to loosen my mind and prepare my conscience for the predictably unpredictable day ahead. I'm sure you remember those days where getting out of bed felt like an uphill battle. I hope today you're not only surviving, but you're thriving. I hope you've learned that you don't need motivation or confidence to get out of bed or get dressed and to chase after your dreams and achieve the things that you want in life. Waiting for confidence and motivation to show up when you need it will leave you stranded. Even a small step forward, like a speck of snow collapsing into an avalanche, you must build momentum first. On the days when you lack both, I hope you get up and do it anyway. Remember that motivation is built and confidence is earned. Are you thankful that you didn't give up? Do you feel that the mental and physical struggles were well worth it? I have so many hopes for you, future self, but I know none of what you have achieved today would be possible if I hadn't fought for you. My journal prompt today asked, what in your life is working and what is not? Today, I'm still in a corporate job. It pays decently, but I know my true earning potential is much greater based on what more I have left inside to give. Although, I presently don't know how much more I want to give to this job. I'm sure they'd gladly take everything I've got to offer, but the guilt weighs on me because I don't want to sound ungrateful. We've seen what it means to be robbed of dignity and basic necessities around the world. I hope today you still walk humbly, that you remember our greatest achievement is only measured by what we give back to the world. By the way, are you still practicing mental wellness, reading, taking yourself on solo dinner dates, journaling? On August 3rd, 2024, you wrote in your journal that you wanted to be the kind of person that always seeks enlightenment and expands your worldview. You said you wanted to laugh more and bring joy to others. I hope that's still true. On August 15th, the prompt was to list 3 things you love about yourself. You cried because you couldn't even name one. As I write this letter to you today, these words sadly still ring true. I pretend well, even with those closest to me. I see myself as a very flawed person and often undeserving of this life, let alone the life that I can only dream and hope to have one day. The life I hope for you. These days I feel angry and resentful at the world and how people far less worthy always seem to get their way. I don't like that I have these feelings. It feels like venom running through my veins. I don't like my judgmental thoughts, my impatience, the way my mouth sometimes gets me into trouble or hurts people I love dearly. To be honest, there's little I like about myself these days, let alone love. It makes me really sad to admit, but I want you to know that I'm working on it. Future self, no matter what happens, remember why you endured. Recall that in order to build muscle, you must carefully and intentionally tear it. In time, the muscle will heal and, more importantly, rebuild stronger. When you're afraid, recall the butterflies you felt when stepping into the unknown. I hope you're still meeting new faces and seeing yourself in others. And I promise to continue to do the deep work, the kind of work that is beyond myself. Dear future self, I hope my journey up until this point of Staying committed to you has allowed you to explore even deeper and pursue activities and interests that align with your values, those being passion, personal growth, and freedom. Passion is addictive, a fire I feel in my heart. Do you still feel it too? It's this high off of connection and peace, thrill, love, inspiration, happiness, and everything that is good in the world. May your passion continue to draw you closer to others and in turn to yourself. Clearly, I'm still on a personal growth journey with a very long way to go. I guess this is meant to be a lifelong journey anyway. Nonetheless, I hope to pass the baton off to you someday for safekeeping. Growth, I'm learning, can be an unraveling of the soul, a painful revelation, and an uncomfortable shedding of old skin, but necessary to build endurance so that I may be fortunate enough to meet you where you are one day. My hope is that you remain a student of life, humble and self-aware. Personal growth is a path to evolution, and if you cannot learn to evolve, you cannot survive. Lastly, I think freedom resonates most with me because sometimes I feel trapped in a cycle of obligations to things and people that make me feel suffocated, worried that I'm wasting time not chasing a life of passion and purpose. The scary part is I got here all on my own, and I find myself at times panicking that perhaps I've walked so far that I will no longer know how to find my way back. I guess having this awareness is the first step towards redirection. I definitely find that I am more clear about my desires and needs. What I know for sure is standing still would have led me to a far worse fate. I promise to do everything in my power so that your life can be lived more freely. I want you to wake up feeling balanced, aware, confident, humbled, and thankful. Know that because of your discipline, you are freer today. Today, as you celebrate your birthday, know that I am in the back pew celebrating you too. Your resilience, your earned confidence, and your kindness. Remember, the harder you climb, the thinner the air will be, and the harder it will be to breathe. The crazier life gets, the calmer you must be inside. Take slow, deep breaths, feel the air in your lungs. Stay focused, consistent, resilient. Endure. Today, be proud that you haven't given up. And I say haven't and not didn't because you too have obligations to your future self who is counting on you. So show up for her as I have shown up for you. I love you. Happy birthday.